Hello, we're back. So, exactly what we want, basically. Grab chat real quick. Same chat? That would be interesting. But lunch was great with Lobscouse. Local specialty. I could get used to that. Hold on, so is Shaq still working? Seriously? Can I just turn this back on? Oh yeah, cool. This, nice. This actually just keep on going. Sweet. That is safe. Alright, so we have decided to throw out the E3 Titan Arrow because I don't know what's wrong with it. It might take a bit of fiddling to get it working, and we are going to drop in the Bondtech, what's it called? QR Mini? Mega something? We've done Bondtech one.
I never remember the name of it, but...
Yeah. Did you... Okay, so are we actually going to take the... Hold on. What are we going to swap?
We are going to...
I would...
swap up this one. I swap the motor.
Yeah, I'd also put in the new Titan, if you can.
Can you... Ah, the nozzle.
Yeah, actually just... so this is the... Ah, okay, I see. So I keep the entire ribbon, everything that's attached to the ribbon cable, I'd keep intact. I'd keep it there.
This one?
Yeah, no, the old one. That stuff. Everything that's on there, keep using that. Because what is it? It's the... And that is the cable we have connected, so...
Okay, we can...
Can unscrew that? Yeah. This one is loose anyways.
Okay, this
The fan. Oh, the fan we can just wire wrap in there real quick. We can make that work.
You really want to do that instead of planning?
Yeah, I mean because we do have the copper nozzle in there.
Yeah.
And this one is kind of loose anyways.
Yep.
Okay, so let's do that.
Okay.
That will be what I prefer to do.
Okay, we need to mark the cables then. White tape.
Alright. Hast du für uns einen Satz Überschlüssel?
Busschlüssel, aber sicher doch.
Idealerweise mit 2 und 1 runter dabei. 2 weg und 1 runter. Alright, what are some hex keys? I wonder, if people click on the old stream link, will that take them to the new stream? If anyone check that, that would be great.
So,
Mikroelektronikfirma kann man große Schlüssel nutzen, aber das war ich dabei.
Okay. 1525, the 3 is missing access here, we're not going to need that. just leave that. Leave that. Leave everything. Leave this as is. We're just going to flip this back into the new into the heatsink.
Yeah, but yeah, so cut this loose. You need to go for this in wire or this one?
This one. We can keep using more. We can keep using everything. Just unscrew this. We're not going to have to cut everything. Let me vandalize this article. This, I guess, is okay to.
Yep.
We need to. This one, we're not going to use.
Okay. That would maybe.
So everything that is attached to this room is okay. This one's going to go. This one will need to come off. 5. That's a couple of keys. This one needs to come off. So, robotic. You come out. You come out. You stay. You go bye-bye. And we can move this one. Same thing that we can need. Oh yeah. Anything over there goes bye-bye.
Yep.
So we get the new, old gear block. Did we ever tighten on this nozzle? Did we ever tighten this nozzle? I don't think we did.
Don't think
So new wire loom. This thing needs to come off. Go on. There we go. How do you need to adjust this? Okay, we'll find out. So this goes on here. Just over this one. And then we'll get this coming out the side, that should be okay. Then this goes on there over the top. There, and then this recently is okay, but let's fix it there, okay? So I guess just anything that fits, this right now still, can this still move? No. Not too much. Okay, so we need the bumper as well.
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about? So this looks like, yeah, it's very lenient. I'm suggesting that I'm just going to put it all the way up to the window like that. A bit of space okay. That. Then there's only two, right?
Yeah.
Where does this fit? Yeah, right. How is this placed? Oh, I guess it's okay. It's here, the seats go there. It's here. Oh, there's still some continue here, so this is the yeah, if you do it like that, that's perfect. Close it up. Nice. That is a great fit. And now we have our new copper nozzle 1.2 millimeter. In there we have the thermostat already wired up. Can we rotate this? Like that. That is a nice extruder, I would say.
Yeah. I feel like it's falling out. That's a little sticker. Sorry. So, that is looking solid. These are unused as well. This is what's that? Maybe guess here. Yeah, it's ready sitting, and you're pushing it like this.
We have shrink wrap somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, should I do
Yeah. Did the shrink wrap already disappear? Oh, whatever. We'll use tape. We'll use tape. Are you guys already regretting getting into this?
Sorry?
Are you guys already regretting getting into this?
Not yet.
Or are we like, oh, what did we start doing?
Yeah.
No, so far so good. What we do, have our fingers crossed that everything will be up and running soon, and then it's not crazy. Maybe what to print with that.
It's possible to insert filament.
Okay, good. done. Doesn't look too pretty, but he's done. Yeah, we are dropping the Bondtech plugin because the tight narrow apparently either was assembled wrong, which would be my fault, or came with a bad bearing, or something else not working as it should. It was definitely loading the motor more than our, more than what it could take, and it would stall out. So, not sure what was the problem there, but since we have a solution that we know work, we're just going to fall back to that and roll with it.
Power.
Right?
That is finished?
I'm spinning.
The 24 volt fan?
Second?
I don't hope so.
I mean, it is really quiet for 24. For a regular EPD fan.
Yeah, usually I heard that I hear it quite clearly.
But the other thing is, we also jammed that between the wires from the heater cartridge and the Bondtech extruder, so it's not shaking around at all.
Okay. We did reverse the direction. So
Again, I mean, we can't just flip the motor wire, or
I'll do it in firmware, no problem.
firmware. Okay.
So heater is working. Shutting off. Disconnect. Yes. We can go there.
Feedback. Yeah. And the cable still needs to get clamped down. For you guys if you're watching. Sorry. There you go.
Let's see if we have some zip ties. Zip.
Do you need a hand? Anything to screw down?
Okay, I think.
The beam slider moves differently.
Yeah. Since we have a skin, we can just set that one. The beam sliders.
The beam sliders?
The beam sliders. As well.
Those grab even without the Everyone's getting some food. You already had some food, which was nice.
Yeah, really nice.
Okay, beam slider, that. So we now have the Bontic in there, fan is working, motor is working the right way around.
Reflash is all right now.
Okay, so now all we have to do is hit print.
Type of lines, remove, hit one.
Yeah, other than that, but.
Hit print, yep.
And we can tune for speed, right?
And we can, yes. Okay, done. Power. Section. Yes, is.
And we do need to recenter the C. Well, maybe not. B, sorry, B. Extruder steps, familiar?
They're very similar. 410 for the one tank, 418.
Was it 18 or 80 something?
18.
18, okay. Yeah, same gearing, roughly the same. Yeah, diameter drive gear. Hey, Jan is here. Nice to see you around, man.
So we can do this one first. That's okay.
Looks maybe.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, it did get pulled a bit.
Okay. Okay, done. Button A, B, and C. Release C. Track A. And then, oh, track B.
What happens when the mover is not rotated correctly? What happens if it is slightly out of rotation? What sort of errors do you end up with?
One of them will get increasingly slack once you move away from the origin.
Okay. Yeah. But then it should pull itself square again.
Yeah, if everything runs smoothly here, it should hold the center itself, actually.
Okay, stay very good.
When you tighten line. So, that's speeds of light. Move crap.
Early start today, yeah, second gen. We were starting this early on all the other days as well. This is still Central European time. But again, this is not supposed to be one of the usual streams where we actually do stuff properly and try to entertain people. This is just debugging the session and trying to get stuff to work. So it might not be quite as watchable, but I figure it's better than not streaming it.
It feels very honest to show all this because.
But it's not going on the main channel. We are kind of hiding it.
Yeah, we're kind of hiding away.
Second video of the day, yeah, second. I wouldn't call it a video. I'd say it's just a live stream. It's a watcher do stuff stream. Oh, that's trying to view tab. By the way.
So, okay, ready to print.
Everything's tight. Everything is ready to go.
Yep. Let's do this.
I'm surprised that D3 lag is still staying so strong. We put on a really really solid, but we didn't refactor anything. Speed.
Forget that.
Something clicked. No, we're not getting anything. We are.
Just
Z height.
Yeah.
Get low. Might need to get that out of the way before we get to the actual print.
Also, it's entangled on the line.
So again?
The molded plastic entangled onto the fishing line.
It tangled or it melted onto? I just tangled. Okay.
Okay. This is how pros do it. First layer is 60 millimeters, 70 millimeters per second. I forgot to put the percentage sign. That's why we
Wow.
slicing. But we are on the go again.
Height looks good. Stickiness looks good. Width looks good. Did you increase the layer width for the first layer at all?
No, it's the same Nico.
No, in general. So.
Oh no, I actually the layer width.
Yes.
What's it called? With
extrusion width.
Extrusion width. Yeah. I decreased it.
Decreased it.
Yeah.
But why?
Because to save the extrusion, so that the extrusion won't hit our
okay.
speed.
But you just print slower. Right?
Yeah.
Say again? Fan, we don't need that right now. We don't need that in a minute. For the first phase, it's fine. Okay. And we will see it's running out of cooling in a bit.
Yes, I'm running 1.2 extrusion width because it looks better, it looks best as well. In addition to printing the fastest space. So we're ready to bump speeds.
Okay.
That was like the intention of this print.
That was the plan all along.
Yeah. Okay, starting to bump.
So while we're at that, I've not seen that answer yet. If you click the old livestream link, will that take you to the new link? To the new stream, to this stream? That would be really nice. Okay, airflow feels good. Yes, we changed the extruder. We dropped in the Bondtech Mini. Is it really called the Bondtech Mini? I think so. We dropped in the Bondtech Mini instead of the Titan Aero because we were having some issues with the Titan Aero, bad variant, wrong assembly, something along those lines. Something was fishy, and a few minutes into the print it would get really hard to turn. So we did, swap it for the Bondtech because we knew that one would work. What speed are we running at right now?
48.
48 millimeters per second. Fishes per hour.
Fishes per hour.
Yeah. Bananas per orange.
42.
42. Always 42. Fat layers are beautiful to look at. Okay. Thanks for that part, Ronan. So it seems to work like typical live streams. Once the stream is over, the link changes to the recording.
This extruder is called BMG extruder.
The BMG. That is a huge mistake there.
Okay, so let's bump up to 50. This is where we got the fingers formed.
Just look at that go. Isn't that beautiful? Just the gears working in harmony there. Why is it shaking?
Oh, it's writing text. You can zoom in on the text on this Hangprinter.
On film one, I guess. Yeah. I can kind of see it on this one. Cameras are hard.
Careful with line.
Oh, there's line there. Cool. I guess if you do it like that. Yeah. There is some actual text watermarking in the 3D print. That's the creator's name. So that's why it's shaking like that. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Is it ever a bug though?
Okay, bumping speeds. 52. And we do aim for 60. 60 works, we're really happy.
So if 60 works, is that going to be a new Hangprinter world record?
At least if it works for a long time. 10 minutes. I haven't had it working for like 10 minutes before. So 220 on the hot done.
What's the hot temperature? It used to be 210, 215, something along those lines?
Yeah.
Now it's 220. That is dust filament Infinity Blue, which, I know you can print up to 220. I've printed it at that speed, at that temperature, and at higher speed. So, yeah, my usual print temperature for that is 210. Yeah, maybe 215 sometimes. But
if you see the code rolling, it's rolling so fast you can only guess that we're actually temperature is surfing in the heater block.
yeah, I mean it is unwinding when. Do you have the spoon frame? Yeah, it is unwinding when it pulls. Like right now, there we go. This is actually the physical movement of the mover, but. Yeah, when it goes the other way, it actually builds up filament. But you still get kind of an idea of how much filament it uses per layer.
Yeah. 54 right now. And see the gear here is just rotating crazy fast. That will be even faster. This is very entertainment, I think.
The Bontic, yeah, I can even make out. There's like, you guys a quick view of that. So there's the other camera in front of it. Cool. But there is a Bontic here and there, the white thing. There. That's the gear. Lift this up. Can maybe see the gear spinning. Yeah, it is going pretty fast.
This delay when you have
Probably bump the Z. Why something bumped. Yeah, probably lifted it. If you pull it here, if you touch this thing here at all, then it is going to lift.
particularly at high speeds, you have more sensitivity. More sensitive. So let's just let it go until it recovers.
Yeah, and it will recover. What's the layer height? 0.8, 0.6? 0.8?
0.7.
0.7? Almost?
Yep.
But 1.2 millimeter nozzle, so...
And the problem is
it's alright.
the problem if you're trying to do 1.2 millimeter layer heights is that
Yeah, overhangs.
yes, and the filament isn't as warm anymore when it gets down to the place where it's supposed to stick.
Yeah. It doesn't, well, probably not that. Probably not that it's cooling down too much, but it's not getting squeezed out very much.
No, yeah, that's true.
Need some LED strip on the wires? Yes, we do. Closest thing to the download camera is this. But it's going to be really, well, challenging to watch if you actually have a moving camera on the mover. Layer adhesion seems to be problematic. No, the only problem is that I bumped one of the wires going up, so I bumped one of these D wires, or ZXs, basically it's the closest thing to wires when I showed you guys the gear and the Bontic spinning. What about Ethernet to 8? People are suggesting all sorts of weird stuff. Instead of wirelessly controlling motors that are in the anchors,
Yeah.
actually controlling it through wired Ethernet through power line.
Yeah. That's the second time I've heard that suggestion.
Yeah, but why would you go power line? Power line is horrible.
Yeah.
Why not do real Ethernet then if you want to do that?
Yes,
But still,
you're saving on 3 Ethernet cables at least.
yeah, I guess if you could do just not Ethernet but just Cat 5 cables, yeah, sure, do that. And I guess you could have a version 4 where all the motors are in the at the anchors.
Yeah.
And where the electronics are on the floor, and you just have pulleys up in the ceiling.
Yeah.
That might make it a bit easier to manage. And then also you wouldn't have all these lines going up. You just have one going up for the D.
Yeah.
Then the other ones just originate at the anchors and go straight to the mover. So
it would be a bit more manageable, but you replace some electronics. Down here you lose the ability to wind everything up in the ceiling.
yeah,
Use the space.
I guess it's true. But you could, maybe not as long cable, but you could stick the electronics to the mover when you don't need it.
Yeah,
Stick it on there, do it up.
and all the anchors could wind themselves in and just attach to the mover.
Making the effector cables wireless makes more sense, yeah. So, why aren't you making the mover wireless?
Because it's quite big currents. You need to heat the heater block, and you can't do that wirelessly unless you use some
But I'm-
inductance.
I'm wondering why aren't you just getting rid of these cables? Like, why are you not making that cableless wireless?
Because we don't have a fancy
No.
magnetic field to lift our
No.
affections.
No levitation tech yet? Come on.
No.
Let's have it floating. Also make the filament wireless.
Yeah.
So you don't have it pulling on it. That would
Just grab carbon out of the air and
exactly.
problem solved.
I mean there's plenty of carbon dioxide in the
Half of
air.
the job. I made a plan consisting of 2 steps. One, have the idea, 2, implement. Already did half the work. Okay, so let's see these sharp corners are not getting as nice as they were before at this high speed.
Do you have acceleration control?
Yeah.
Or turn on acceleration?
Yeah. Good.
What's the filament color? Papa Smurf blue? Not white.
And final green.
Infinity blue.
And okay, so if I can hold down on acceleration.
Approximate total cost about $300 is probably on the high end. You could most likely build this for less than 200. Probably, right? Yeah.
Yeah, good.
The biggest set of costs is going to be the extruder and potting because those are parts that you actually need in a good quality. But yeah, the rest of the parts are sent off the shelf components.
And now I'm going to recommend high quality phone cables as well.
Yeah.
Okay, cut the acceleration to half. It's better. So what word to speak? It's 54. No, it's actually more. Speed is 56. Let's go to 58.
Something squeaking up ahead.
Oh.
Something was squeaking. I can actually see we got, what is that? The Lando on the ceiling is not perfectly perpendicular to the path. Actually, none of them are. I think you aligned them to the edge of the stairs and not to the actual running circle of the stairs.
Yeah, it's a tiny bit of school.
Yeah, and not to the running circle on the inside, but on the outside. So they seem to be aligned to. You know what I mean?
Drag. Careful.
So you line them here,
No.
and now it's here. Look at the D. D is actually, D is pointing tangential to the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did that by just what's the English word for finger skipping?
Oh.
Your hand is close to the line.
Yeah, I know, I touched it.
Okay, so it is rolling nicely at 58.
Printing on or are we printing on 2 sheets of wood? It is a sheet of plywood. but we did smother it with 3D lag, so there is a rather nice thick layer of 3D lag on there. It doesn't look like there's anything special to it right now, but it is sticking really well.
This is 60 millimeters per second. This is insane amount of plastic.
Yeah. I mean, let's just look at the. Yes, that's going to be hard to see on camera, but let's just look at the gear here in the Bontic. So I'm just going to count rotations. 0.
What's your leg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 full revolutions on the Bontic here. So that is spinning like crazy.
Okay, I see the corners are starting to curl up.
It's from limiting the speed. It is, well, it's setting maximums, but the limiting factor for speed is actually extrusion and plastic. So, you're getting some curl?
Yeah.
You're getting some curl, so I guess turn up the fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is. This looks like it's getting. It's shifted or something.
Yeah, I think the hot end shifted, that it's not mounted as rigidly as we should have, maybe.
Let's have this back. The layers are still warm.
Okay, so I guess we won't be able to stay with print at 60. This is 56.
Wait. Oh yeah, this is staying really hot. Not really able to sustain that. Maybe on the larger print, yes, but at this size we will need to have a many layer time. So let's see how fast that was per layer.
We were at 60.
Yeah, millimeters, but make sure per layer time. Let's just time that real quick.
Okay, should I turn back up to 60?
Just as a rough number. And then use that as the minimum layer time.
Okay.
So that is 15 seconds.
Yep.
So if you put the minimum layer time at 20, we should be able to sustain the speed without too much extra cooling.
Yeah.
So how about we do 50 millimeters a second?
Yeah.
Base speed and 50 or 20 seconds minimum layer time.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Could you print 0.2 millimeter layers with this? Someone's asking?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I feel so too. But 100 grams. The other one that we printed. About 100 grams of plastic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now we're back to 50.
Will we actively cool the big print? Yeah, if that, wrapping something, if that counts as active cooling, then yes, we will. But basically, no, we don't have a hard cooling fan here per se.
Yeah. It's worth noting that if you have a smaller nozzle, you might be able to move faster than 60 and print
Yeah.
faster. But not in this setup.
The fan seems far away. Yeah, I kind of wanted to keep it off frame and yeah, it's far away from the line as possible. Okay, that's looking good. Do you want to let that finish, or should we try starting a big print, or does this one already have a few flaws in there? So, you think it's worth keeping it? They want to run it as a stress test.
So let's finish so that we discover what failures we have there in the top.
Okay, yeah. Did you slice with the menu later time?
Let's see. Five seconds.
5 seconds? Yeah, I guess if we finish it, we are going to have a nice time lapse at the same time.
Yeah, that's nice too.
Yeah, I want to. This thing fills it up. Exactly to the brim.
I think this model is really beautiful.
Yeah,
I like this shit.
it's very organic and still technical.
Wow. If you look at the inside.
Yeah. After I just inhaled half a cup of coffee. There you go. Well, let's actually show this while we're at it. So we have this guy. So that's our previous failed print. You can always see the nice shiny reflections. You know, you can see the rest as well. Like down here, look at that. Nice fat layers, nice, consistent, smooth. And on the inside as well. You can get the lighting right. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, a bit harder to see there, but I think this did turn out, I mean, especially when we started out, before we started messing it up and experimenting with it. But still, thick layers are always nice. So that's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that nickel thing, that's what we, that height, that's what we messed up ourselves, but so far so good. It's just too large for the hat. It's unfortunate. But my head is just too large. Doesn't fit. Alright.
Slightly overshooting.
Well, can you tell with a single extrusion line at all?
With a,
How can you tell with a single extrusion line?
they don't come out nicely on top of each other. They won't squeeze out on the left or on the right.
one of the brands persuaded.
It actually doesn't smell too much like molten tea, right? Like printy bits right now. Is V3 less likely to have issues with spool buildup or compensation than V2?
Yes, it is because it has twice as big spools, which cut down spool buildup by 4.
Were the spools on the V2 really that tiny?
Yeah, they were super tiny. 5 centimeters radius.
I thought I remember them being bigger those.
Yeah.
Memory disease.
The gears made them look bigger than they were. And then the old spool buildup made them look bigger.
Okay. But what I'm liking is that this top part, after we stop changing speeds, is looking nice, consistent, smooth. I mean, even if we have a bit of backlash at the corners, like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's just finish. There is some. This right here, this looks a bit rough. I don't know.
Yeah. The curls slight in the corners. It was a bit too quick. Turning.
We have these dual layer ripples that might be overshooting.
Yeah.
Somewhat, but it might also just be a temperature issue.
Yeah, it might. The thermistor is saying 220 steadily.
Isn't too much temperature, but
Yeah.
I'd say this is good.
Yeah. It might be also just the increased speed that makes momentum into big problem.
Yeah.
center corners, and looks like it handles that well with the decreased acceleration setting. I decreased that to 1 millimeter per square second, and it works beautiful. Or are you talking about backlash? No, not in 3D. At least there should be no problems with backlash.
So this one will be good at finish.
Yeah.
You guys, and once that is done, we'll prepare the big print and get that started.
Yeah.
Should we? Yeah.
So I will be here tomorrow to pick up the bird's nest with. Yeah, we'll see which bird's nest. Yes.
So this will be really good. Once you have the speed out and it should mostly, right? Should just keep printing.
Yeah, I very rarely running prints myself, but I have one twice.
Yeah, but compensation if it is that to allow for lining of the line and other stuff.
There was a question about compensation for split. Right. So you have compensation for the build up on the spool that's making the effective diameter of your spool down considerably larger.
Yeah.
That's what you mean by compensation, right?
Yeah.
People are suggesting some spring setup for the spools, but again, we have discussed using springs in various configurations, but the result was always like, yeah, you can use springs, but you're going to make the entire assembly more flexible, more wobbly, and you're going to end up with worse springs, even if it's maybe a bit more reliable or easier to set up, but the prints are going to be significantly worse.
Yep.
Was heißt denn ein Auto? Okay. Du hast keinen Faktor drin.
Yep, parking in the mix is a big problem. On the pins? Oh yeah, that's from the trip. Yeah, this is over temperature probably? Over temperature?
Yes, as expected.
Yeah, that is very soft and melty.
Reducing to 40. Wow, no, 40 looks low.
Is that light? Oh, yeah.
Using the spool mount.
Yeah.
Or it's a friction, or it's a friction, or what?
Just more,
It grows smoother, I guess, without.
yeah, more
I
even.
mean, there's the stick slip issue.
Yeah.
Or I can wire you up real quick.
Yep.
Figure. We're going to put that on for video shooting, please. Oops. I need that! Stop running away. No.
That way.
So, let's see. Alright, this should be a big audio change.
Hello, hello. Oh wow, the precision when you change from 50 to 40 just goes from bad to very good. Beefier? Yeah. Yeah, you need everything to be beefier and you want as little concrete on the mover at a time as possible. Well, ask him that one, it might make his life easier. What question? What is that question? Spool behind on a light constant pressure spring. Oh, springs. I don't like springs in this kind of precision system. Hi. Ooh, the top of this print turns out really nice with the 40 millimeters per second speed. The higher speed makes the bottom layers a bit rough. How about put all electronic under the print bed, make it as flat as possible. For D-line you had to do one of the anchor point and up to the top winch as pulling goes straight down to effector. Yes, that is a good idea, but you lose or you make it harder to wind everything up to the ceiling and store everything in the ceiling so that you can use your room for other things when you're not printing. But otherwise, that's very sensible. Springs would be just to take up slack, yes, but they would also let your effector ring. The welding rollers would be your feet. I don't know what welding rollers are. Was your original design less problematic in setup? No, it was more problematic. Actually, but I never had failing DuPonts before. Never had failing extruders before. A lot of these problems are new to me, but they're not unique to this design. I mean, but to go out, I'll post the Opentom's forum later to show you what I mean. You wouldn't need any compensations for the spools. Right now I am using build-up compensation, spool build-up compensation, and it works really well. But because this print is so small, you could actually just turn off spool build-up compensation and the print would come out as good as it is. We tested yesterday, and up to half a meter Z height, you get pretty nice prints anyway. So the spool build-up compensation is mostly to allow you to print bigger than 1 meter along all axes. What hot end is this? This is an E3D V6 with a volcano and a copper nozzle. Okay, this original design was not designed to be printed as a vase. It works quite well, surprisingly well, I think. What do you do for a living? Right now, I'm doing this. I am an engineer by education, and I've worked as a programmer before. Yeah, I'm interested to see a sketch of that roller system. Your 300mm benching will work out, I think, yes. But I do recommend to actually use the spool build-up compensation. And at the same time I understand that it makes you suspicious, or when something fails you want to turn it off just to have more control. It's understandable. Like with this setup, we didn't tune the spool build-up compensation at all. We just used the size of line that is specified in the BOM. And we checked that the spools are roughly 50 millimeters radius, or 49.9. And then the default build-up compensation just worked very well out of the box. Or it wasn't in a box, this was chaotic, but it worked without tuning. Let's see. Yes, post some diagrams up in the forums. When are you going to hang one in the street between buildings? I don't know. When somebody pays me and somebody allows me.
That print is looking really good, I gotta say.
Yeah, like when we decreased speed, precision just...
Decreased speed? Increased speed?
Decreased speed.
Decreased, okay.
Get much better precision after that.
It's the same thing I keep saying always.
Yeah.
Lower your print speed, guys. Like, the easiest thing to do.
Is it just motor pinching against the bearing with the line in between? No, the line is actually rolling onto the spool just freely. Just tightening on by itself, not pinched onto the spool at all. Yeah, cool. I guess Rip Through knows about some components that I don't. Yeah, looking forward to your sketches. Welding rollers. Have you heard about welding rollers, Tom?
What?
Welding rollers?
Yeah, but only for filming speed.
Okay.
I think it's been brought up a few times. So is it MIG or is it MIG welding? Wire?
They're suggesting it for the fishing line, I think.
Apple? Sorry, I'm Windows guy.
Thank you. Yeah, I will.
He's a Windows guy, so.
Is it a Macintosh? Is it a Macintosh?
It's too echoey, I'm sorry.
So, Oh, Tom walking into lines again. No, it's okay.
Yeah, of course. We will have that closed once the this is going to be very reasonable to make at least have a rough plan moving over.
So I did slice this with the minimum layer time of 5 seconds. It should have been 15. So now I need to manually decrease speed, which is what I'm doing. Now we're down to 32 millimeters per second. Yes, I've seen Chris Riley's.
These are getting slack? Oh yeah, these are very slack.
Maybe...
It did shift, look at that!
Oh, it did shift. Okay. But layers turned out okay anyways. Okay, it's because we're so close to the x0, y0 points. And around that point you don't really need 4 axes to drag it around.
Yeah.
So we were in luck.
We need to paint these lines with UV fluorescent paint? Yes, we do.
Yeah, or just buy the ones with the right color.
Yeah, but the thing is, these lines, these just come in gray, like there is no option.
Yeah, if you buy the ones that are 0.39 millimeters thick, they are fluorescent yellow.
Maybe you should optimize yourself on that.
Yes, I think maybe sometime in the future I will just update the BOM and use those lines because they are stiff enough. I mean, these 0.5 ones are super extremely rigid.
Hello, hello. This thing on?
Oh, we will almost get out of frame.
Yeah.
I actually did that a lot in Umeå when I was printing the Babel Tower. I got lunch and my time-lapse was out of frame.
Yeah. I mean, we are slowing down quite a bit now.
Yeah, 32. Just to avoid the heat problems. We are 83% finished, 15 minutes left at this pace. But we will slow down again, so maybe 20 minutes.
Was haben wir denn als Druckoberfläche für was Größeres? Wo können wir draufdrucken mit einem großen Baum? Wo ist das weitergegangen?
Yes, Chris. I don't count this as bothering if you're asking questions and then passing the knowledge on. I don't mind that at all.
Okay, so online. So
Yep.
switch to English. You need a bigger surface?
Yeah, people can't hear you well, but Tommy, the question is, if we print a Christmas tree with, what is that? Okay, bracket for the spool. If we print a Christmas tree with 2.6 kilograms of filament, how large of a base area are we going to need for that? I guess, I mean, if this is...
We should weigh this.
Yeah, so the half one was 100 grams, so this full one should be like 150, 60, 70. What is it, twice the size?
If we double the
This is-
size, then we will have 4 times as much filament.
Yeah, because we're only printing a surface, so
Yep.
4 times as much, so 2.5 times with, well, no, more than that. 3.1 times the size of this. 4, no, that's 10 times, so that's 1.5, so 4 times, roughly? It would,
That's what's the fit on that.
it might still fit on there, yeah.
I mean, we can.
Not
we can
quite,
just make it-
not
make-
quite though, I mean,
We,
4
we can
times?
just make it fit on that surface.
Oh, then it's gonna be like this tall,
It's gonna be crazy.
roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could try.
I mean, that's
It might finish.
the biggest base. The biggest base that we have ever printed, right? So you said you never printed anything wider than 60 centimeters. We have
Yep.
60 centimeter.
Yeah, it would tangent my record. Yeah, it might finish like 2 hours after I returned home in Gothenburg.
After you fly to Munich. Or-
If we start such a big print, it might take a long time.
Yep.
But if that's okay for you, then we'll just run it. Then we need to use another laptop than mine.
Oh, yeah. That should not really be a problem, but you need a Linux.
No, you don't need Linux.
So Windows is okay.
Yeah.
So the visual drivers and they have front facing too.
Okay.
Plasma Bazooka says Tom mute to mic. Yeah.
I have muted my mic. You must be pretty delayed.
But you're really close to the mic maybe? I mean, I can just try to get a bigger surface, but maybe 60 centimeters is
That is already very
quite a
big.
lot.
Yeah.
But again, this is what it's all about. This is a Hangprinter. This is supposed to print large. I mean, that's its entire purpose.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you build a hang printer and
So-
then only print small, then
Yeah.
So I've seen that the person who designed this tree was in the chat. Are you still there? What's the biggest version of this that hasn't been printed yet?
I dig 3D. No. I don't get a view with anything. And I don't get a view with anything.
you don't have to scale it uniformly, that's true. We can just scale up Z a bit more than X and Y.
I feel like it's already a pretty slim tree.
Yeah.
It's okay to
Yeah, it
scale it like.
would throw it out of proportion. Unless you want to like make it 2D and actually thin down one of the axes completely. Just make a 3D illusion, but
Yeah.
that wouldn't look great.
So now we're down to 32
So
millimeters per second.
you will start the video after this one's finished, or it's planned?
We start the big one. Here, scoop stuff out. Make a watch out for the line. Here, scoop out all stuff and
Yes, reverse bottom tube will help. Yep.
With this over the workshop for a moment. Try to find that right.
think I want to move this further over there to get the printer in frame. We'll do something where we can see it. But yeah. We'll figure that out. Good.
Yep. Oh, I'm looking forward to finish this.
We're going to have one print everything all done.
Yeah. So that even though you know you have in principle got everything right, like getting that object in your hand is so satisfying. Swedish or Norwegian? I was Norwegian until I turned like 20, then I changed citizenship because I lived in Sweden. I lived in Norway for 16 years. Yes, Trinamic knows. I talk too much about myself.
Is that Trinamic for you? No. Everything is still really dusty from yesterday's drilling.
Yeah.
Whenever I move my mouse around, it's just all fine, fine dust. Right.
Guess we could lower print head temp.
Excuse me.
I'm wondering this ribbing issue, if it is because of the high speed and momentum, or if it's because of the high temperature in the plastic.
Might be a bit of both. Like right now it is, yeah.
Because the ribbing is coming back and speeds are really low.
I mean, right now, editing out the chaos in post would be nice. Right now, this is a fast layer speed, even for a traditional printer that doesn't have a large nozzle. But since we are printing these large nozzles that carry a lot of energy into the print, or printing these large layers, we are at even more of a disadvantage. And we have no part cooling fan, so...
Yeah, is it okay for you if I take the
fan and take it closer? Yeah.
the fan closer? Yeah.
Sure, sure. As long as you don't unplug anything or throw anything over, should be good.
Yeah.
Can I still switch scenes? Yeah, cool. It's getting a bit rough there, but that is probably just the over temperature.
How many Tom line impacts this morning? I think only three?
Well, one that was almost catastrophic, another that was visible but not too catastrophic, and a few others that were close calls or.
Yeah, fan into line and head into line.
Yeah.
There. But I think I've understood why you hit them more often than me, because when I'm going to make a shortcut, I make it around the cameras.
Oh yeah.
And when you make a shortcut, you make it over the lines.
I don't care about the cameras. Yeah, it should have been the traffic cones, or again, it should have used the fluorescent one, but with the fluorescent one, we wouldn't get the head as sturdily mounted.
Yeah. Same procedure as every year.
But in yesterday's L11, did you actually count that? What?
So let's bring down nozzle temperature. We constantly have 10 minutes left because we're decreasing speed.
You keep decreasing the speed and it's... So technically, like, we're never gonna get there? You keep decreasing speed until we stop?
Yes, oh, it's that classical problem. If someone keeps halving their speed, will they ever arrive?
Yeah.
We will arrive. I'll just allow it to melt in the top. Did I? Oh, airflow is slightly offset.
Let's see, build notes, build notes, build notes. So that's going to be the script, or at least the outline for the last video. We did swap out the arrow for the Bondtech because we assembled the arrow wrong, I think, or clamped something down too much. Basically, the arrow got ruined. I'm not sure if it's a bad bearing or if it's just user error. User error. But I can totally see that being my fault, assembling that wrong. So Bondtech we just know works, and the Bondtech has been working pretty great, right?
Hmm?
The Bondtech has been working pretty great.
Working great, yes.
Yeah.
This extruder is incredibly stable, never failed. But I don't know if it's open source.
Ooh.
So
I don't know. But apparently the gears are, the gears are available on their own, and Prusa is using them.
yeah.
So it's kind of okay. At this point, why not just lower print temp instead of speed? Yeah, I guess we could do that, but at some point we will end up with bad layer adhesion.
I am actually lowering both.
Okay. But with the big print, we will need to rely on only lowering speed, so I guess we do need to know our limits there. Alright, electronics issues. We had faulty wire harness for SPI where the connectors were bad. We had the power supply that was undersized for the 2208 that we swapped in instead of the 2130.
Yep.
The power supply probably would have worked with the 2130, but yeah, the one thing I actually didn't account for was that we had 5 motors and not just 4. What else? Bluetooth? What do you think Bluetooth? Is Bluetooth actually faulty? Yeah. Because it
might have been that it actually works.
Might have been
that the SPI glitching.
The errors that we were seeing were very similar to what can be explained by the other stuff. So the fact that initially the Bluetooth connection wouldn't initialize the SPI, that is just a wire harness.
Yeah, I think actually Bluetooth got the blame for because it shuts down whenever something goes wrong, and then you think it's Bluetooth.
Yeah, and when it shut down, it was actually the power supply shutting down. and resetting the entire machine. So but again, I kind of, I don't know, I kind of don't like trusting Bluetooth. Just there.
No, I don't like it either, but I've done it so much that I've grown used to it.
Yeah, I bet. Easy question, was there any device which did not fail?
Anything that did not fail?
Anything that by the way, we should still tighten up the nozzle. We didn't do that yet.
Yeah.
Anything that did not fail, well, the Volcano worked beautifully.
Yeah.
The spools worked, well, some of them crashed or got smashed in during the flight.
Yeah.
And electronics, yes, my cheapo ramps, 1.5, had a defunct
Stepper
thermistor one, yeah, and
fail. They worked all the time.
thermistor 0, I guess. And which one didn't work? Extruder D? One of them. And extruder 1, I think it was. Yeah, stepper motors. So the stepper motors are actually all still the ones that we originally planned using. So we have the Prusa motor on the effector or on the extruder.
And we did not have thermistor glitches, which is another frequent failure mode.
Thermistor glitches.
Glitching in the couplings because you do manually couple both ends of the thermistor wire. So
Okay.
we often fail doing that in core team and get glitching, min temp triggering.
Yeah.
How was the PSU?
Well, power supply undersized for the 2208 drivers because we didn't tune their current, but it would probably have worked for the 2130 even if it's cutting it really close. Crimping was good.
Yeah.
Crimping, we were crimping some DuPont connectors ourselves on the motors and on the ribbon cable, and that actually was perfect. And you and I wants this print to be successful, yeah. So that ramps is okay. What ramps are we using? We're using yours, which is a standard cheapo 1.4.
Yeah.
Okay, and the 1.5 I will take back home and try to get working. And this one. So yeah, this one is, I don't know, I might also just throw it out because these things are $3. It's not worth my time trying to fix that thing. Thermistor noise, no. Like that, I guess that's one thing we can always point out. I'm not visible anyways. Okay, I guess that's one thing that people always overestimate how much of an issue it's going to be. Thermistor noise. Because it has such a strong low pass on the actual board, I think it's somewhere in the at least 1/10 of a second range, 100 millisecond or 10 hertz bandwidth low pass, somewhere in that ballpark on the thermistor. So even if you have noise at 50 kilohertz on there, very little of that is actually going to get through to the actual analog input, and even then it's still being filtered and averaged out. So thermistors really are not an issue. Yeah, unless you, well, PWM fan, probably not even with that. But again, that is, it's measuring a slow signal or a slow parameter, and it is being filtered even more on the board, so it really should not be a problem. Do you have backup, Turbine, do we have backup power for this?
Another backup power supply?
Not a backup power supply, but what is it called? Interruption-free power supply. So if the power goes out, will this...
Oh no.
No.
If the power goes out, we're screwed.
But that's one of the things, it seems to be a very American thing, to have backup batteries and generators and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, uninterruptible power supply. It seems to be a very US thing. Like here in Germany, what was the last time we had a power outage? It was, the only real outage I can remember was 15 years ago where I live. And that was maybe 10 minutes of no power or something. And I don't think the power went out any, any single time from that. So the chances of getting a power outage during a print are so slim, like nobody even bothers with UPSs here. Alright, so the Ramps 1.5 had a defunct thermistor 0 and extruder 1 output or pin or connector. What else do we have? Not a lot of other electronics failures.
Right now we are extruding so slow that it goes into stealth job, the extruder motor.
Ooh.
That's nice.
Alright, you guys can obviously not hear how silent it is, but I can hear a difference. It's not squeaking anymore. But yeah, with the coffee maker going and everything, it's hard to tell the difference.
Actually, all motors are self-chop.
Oh yeah. It almost looks like they're standing still, but then you look at them for a second and that they are actually still turning.
Oh, this is so quiet.
Yeah, like if you look at the statistics for German power supply stability, yes, it's like what reliability factor of something. But typically that is one outage every 10 or 15 years that is there for like 15 minutes and not, you know, tens of outages per year that are just for a few seconds each. Which is probably the preferable one, just to have a few outages every, well, one larger outage every few years instead of constantly having to worry to have your printer or computer or anything shut down in the middle of something important.
That is a nice close-up.
Our grids are a lot better, but like renewable power, it's gonna wreck our grids. Like it's, nah, it's not. Ooh, that is slightly out of focus. Do like how that looks though, but yeah, like right now with this kind of print speed, the layers are looking really sexy. And it is actually, it's not virtually inaudible, it is completely inaudible right now.
Should be like this always.
Yeah, the noisiest thing right now is the fan spinning.
I think this is minimum speed, 5 millimeters per second. No, 10 millimeters per second.
I guess you could run them in stealth job even more of the time than what you're doing right now.
Yeah, I follow the recommendation from the datasheet.
Yeah.
Like in this range, you should probably go over to stealth chop spread cycle.
Can you summarize the issues? We just did summarize the issues. But we will compress those into a whole own video and present those and just, you know, summarize the build, follow up, kind of do the what will need to change to make this even better than it is right now. Because I mean, it's a pretty nice machine. It's a pretty nice machine. It's a really nice concept, and it's working. Now that it's working, it's actually working pretty well.
Yeah. I like it better when it's working.
Yeah. So part cooling might be something that needs to be added for for it to be an sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, strap a fan on and plug it in.
Look at those layers. Wow. Yeah, so part cooling fan for version 3.5 maybe. That could be a good. That is looking so good. Like, Oh.
Yeah, I mean, all the things I add to the official version, I will need to keep up to date and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure I will add it to the official. Maybe I will use it myself and not maintain it on the web. But
And not maintaining.
just create a branch and point people to that branch.
Yeah. 3x120mm fans. Well, the problem is you do need to keep weight low on the mover. If you just keep adding stuff to it, eventually it's going to get too heavy to actually lug around reliably. So that is something you do need to consider. So I think pretty soon we're going to get a really blobby, wobbly spike.
Yeah, I will. It's inevitable. 10, 9, 8.
Yeah, I can see it move. I can see it move around.
5.
And at the end, it's pretty much moving straight up, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and let's.
Look, it's elf poop. That was pretty good. That was pretty clean.
Yeah.
Cool, and we got a nice clean spike. Like that's looking like it's supposed to look like that.
Yeah. I just pressed the plus 10 on the Z exactly on the second it ended.
Perfect. Right.
Yeah, nice. Success.
Look at that. So for size, that's a finger. So that's a nice spiky spike.
Yep. Maybe shut down hot and yeah, already did that.
That's that. Would you do the honors of knocking the part loose?
Yeah, you can do that. Just lift the print head first. Let's see, G1, Z.
Zoom out slow? Ah, sorry.
400.
That didn't look smooth. It jumped this way.
Yeah. Yes, the anchor moved actually.
Oh yeah. Still quite a bit of tension. Oh yeah, there's a lot of tension on this.
That means we have enough power in the motors to actually move the anchors. That's nice, because it's easier to recover the anchors.
But that also means that the calibration is off?
It worked yesterday, but today...
Did you change the hot end length? Yeah, you re-uploaded that.
Yeah, we changed hot end length and...
Because these are all really tight right now.
Yeah, they are. 503. Minus 17. Let's calibrate
This one.
Z over again later.
Okay. All right. Would you remove it?
Yep.
Then we can keep on trucking. Don't break it. Don't break it. Knock it loose at the bottom. Here, use the knocker. Oh, maybe not use the. Don't.
That was loud.
Yeah, don't impale yourself. All right, there is the print. First completed print on this very Hangprinter. It's not perfect, but we were also messing around during the print.
Let's see, we can rotate it for the viewers.
Yeah, obviously it has a few flaws. That one.
Impact with line here.
Yeah, that's where I knocked it with. Not with a fan, but with my head, I think.
One of them. Okay, let's leave it with the nicest side to the camera.
All right, but the bigger one, that's actually going to have to be something that we do off camera and start off camera, and we'll show you in the follow-up video for this entire project. Yeah, we're not going to do that on stream. We'll have to wait for the video of that to come out. We will definitely show you that if it works.
Yeah,
but it should work. At this point, it should work. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming by. Again, this was the secondary channel, casual live stream, not a lot of interaction, etc. going on. That's what this channel is for. If you want to see more of that, get subscribed. Obviously, you can do that usually in the corner somewhere down there. But yeah, this is looking good. We're going to prepare the last final video now, and you guys will have to wait for that to come out to see how this story progresses. Thanks everyone for being here, and we will, how do I close this? We will get to that now. All right, have a nice weekend.
Bye-bye.
See you then.